Hello guys, welcome back to another test world. This is where I do the technical things behind my LP, so you'll see things in here that will be up and coming on my LP, and some interesting stuff playing in your snapshot. So we're on 12W42A, so there's a couple of new things in this, not really that interesting, but there's a couple of game changes in it. And I've been having a lot of trouble with my village spawner for my emerald farm, and it seems they've changed the algorithms for spawning. They seem to need daytime first of all to spawn, and second of all the breeding is a lot slower. Now I have recorded this already and I came up with a conclusion, but now I know that the babies do spawn directly underneath the pad. Before they were spawning faster here, so the one you're seeing a bit in the end is doing like this as well to test it, although it's a bit irrelevant now. But I do think they spawn faster on this side than this side when they're not under direct sunlight, so I won't be changing my villager farm. I don't know if it's to do with the height at all, but I have to look at that some other time. And they have fixed my iron farm because I did put it forward to Seth Bling and Dinnerbone, and he put it towards Dinnerbone and Dinnerbone fixed it, and I tested that in this one. It definitely is fixed, so enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, I've just come to the end to kill the dragon so I can do some testing, and I swear these look different. I'm in the default texture pack at the moment. That's why it's not in my normal pretty one. I haven't converted it yet. Luckily, they've decided to change some of the textures on the anvil. From what I can see, it's not very huge changes, but it's enough to say that it's a good job that I didn't finish editing my texture pack for that. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to kill this dragon and then we'll set up some tests. So back in a minute. Okay, so I set up again, the same thing in the end, and this villager uses that door, so he recognises it as something, and I'll just put the blocks on the top of this actually, to make it look like a house, and we'll see if that makes any effect. So that would be technically a house on the overworld, a whole load of houses, so they'll breed. Kill the dragon of course, and I'm pleased with this actually, the beacon. Let's go into game mode 0. They fixed the glitch where you get stuck inside the beam. I had that quite a lot on my last LP episode. You'd get stuck inside it and then it would like, yeah, same way it was messing around with the portals in the last ones. Oh! Oh! I didn't think that was working. They're trying to breed. Oh wow. Well, that's very interesting actually. Let's see if they make a baby whatever the matter. He's trying to breed. They're both trying to breed now. So we might get a baby there. That would mean it's possible to get a farm in the end for iron. I know the farm that I designed last one has been broken, and I actually put that forward to be broken anyway. And what happens now, if you put things through the end portal, they just disappear. Nothing else, they don't reappear at all, which is a bad thing. They should actually reappear at the other portal, but they just vanish. Entity gets deleted. So I don't know if that's a hotfix. I think it probably is, but I don't know. He's come down now. But yes, they are making lovey hearts. I don't know if they'll actually produce a baby, so I'm going to sit around here a while and see if they get a baby. I think we might be about to get a villager baby. I think, hopefully. And some of the things I noticed about this is that on the overworld they seem to only want to breed during daytime. I don't know if that's just my luck or I don't know. But I set the time a minute ago to 1 and they started getting lots more hearts. So that may be related now. Oh, there we are, and there's the baby. So yes, it is possible to breed villagers in the end. And we will go check something else very quickly. We'll go check if putting villagers through here still works. Now this should be a no-brainer. This should work completely fine. So there's 1, 2, 3. So we'll just go through. So there's 1, 2, 3. So that works fine. That means you can still get villagers to the end, which I wouldn't expect otherwise. Well, that's not going to change, is it? That should be kept. So it's possible to get villagers to the end still, and then breed them. Now the breeding seems to be a bit slower than it used to be, even with an infinite spawner here, with quite a lot of doors. So I don't know how effective it would be, but what I'm going to do now is just test if they will then spawn an iron golem. So I'm going to put a ton of them here and then wait for quite a while and then get back to you. Oh, we got an iron golem. It took long enough, but we have an iron golem. Okay, so that confirms you can have an iron golem farm in the end. At the moment we're on peaceful, that's why there's no enderman around if you're wondering. But, yep, that's proof. You don't need sunlight, you just need sky. So there you are. Iron golem. Awesome. Another thing, I was looking at the spreading of this. I did want to turn my whole end on my LP into like a massive jungle biome. That'd be really cool, just to mine off all of the end stone, well, top layers at least, and cover it up, make a big forest. Because I'm removing all the pillars anyway, and I put jungle trees in the places to hide the bedrock. And it's been playing the light in here, and normal ambient light is 0. So there's meant to be 0 light here, so in theory you shouldn't be able to see anything at all, but you just can, because this is, I don't know why, it just is in the end. But grass will not spread, neither will mycelium. So you could do really cool patterns with this if you don't have any light around. If you introduce light, it will start to spread. See, it's just starting to spread here a little bit. You need quite a lot of light to make it spread in here though, it seems. But there you are, that's a little trick there. I might do patterns like this in the dark. And obviously the light and dark doesn't matter for everything apart from the enderman, because the only thing that are near, they're going to cause you any problems. But if you covered the whole place with grass or something and then lit it up, then you won't get any endermen at all on the island, which would be quite cool. But there you are. And my idea of having the villager farm in here, I could also have a trading farm in here, keep it away from everything else. The end is quite easy to get to and store things at it. Also, my idea of having the iron golems spawn in here was another one. Having them here to kill the enderman, that idea is a go. It works. I can send them out. I think I will build a massive village in the end at some point. Terraform it all into grass and spawn iron golems, because that I wanted to do that for absolutely ages, and I haven't seen anyone do it yet. So this is possible, very possible. So I'm definitely going to be doing that, I think. Now, I've got a couple of things I want to look at today, and one of them is the updates. So the anvils have changed a little tiny bit, and they're now cheaper to make. I hadn't actually looked up the new recipe, but I expect it's just normal iron bars instead of iron blocks. I'll probably test that in a minute and show you. But what they have changed here is redstone repeaters, and there's some applications for this. They basically just made it into a little memory cell. So you get that going there, and then you power this one, it does that. So then if you take that off, it will stay like that. So basically it's just a latch. So they just basically compacted some of the wiring you would do normally. See, the input can be on, and it's still like that. So it just latches it on. There wasn't too many exciting things in Snapshot, they're mostly just bug fixes. See, that's on now, it locks in, and same with that. So there's some cool things you could do with that. Not that many helpful things I can think of at the moment at this time, but you never know what we think of with that sort of thing. I'm sure we'll see lots of things pop up using that designs for things. But anyway, I'm going to pause for a sec and look at the next thing I was going to look at. Okay, so I've been coming back here and looking at this a bit more, and it seems like they should be breeding, but I think how they've done it is they've just really slowed down the breeding process, because normally you can have one of these traps and within 20 minutes you'll have a good couple of dozen, but that seems to have been slowed down a horrendous amount. I guess that's probably to combat the trading farms and things like that, same as one I've got on my LP. But sort of thing at the moment, it seems to be easier to create a village. Now I've got my nether portals all linked up, I can just pop over to village and find some trades. I think it's probably the easier way of doing it now. Or if I have the massive village in the end, then I can just pop there and get there as well. And in the end, there shouldn't be any chance of zombie apocalypse, I would have thought. That is something that I will have to see if I can find at some point. Pretty hard to test unless you just do it for a rigorous long time. But these are doing love hearts, so I expect they should give out a baby sometime. So I'm not going to change my spawner just yet. I don't know if they're partway through changing this because this seems very periodic. Oh, is he up or down? No, he's up. Yeah, so I expect they will make a baby, so I'm not going to change my spawner at the moment. It just seems a lot faster when they're out here. So it may just be changing the speed for it now, just to encourage you for not having it around the bottom. But anyway, moving on to the next thing, I did test my night and day sensor array. That will be going into the LP pretty soon. We'll just pop over there now. And here we are. I've shown this quite a few times, and it's one of my inventions. Time set. And this basically just goes straight on. So there's 4 units showing this. A lot of people have seen this already. I'll do very quick on this. When one of those turns on, this array will turn on, and then during the night time they all turn on eventually. These lights here are just for output, showing you if they're working or not. They're not actually the output that you'd use. This is the output for the array. So one goes on, therefore the array turns on. And then I'm going to just skip until all of these are on, then we'll turn back to day. Okay, we're ready to go back to daytime. As they've all been on, it then changes the circuit, and then as soon as one turns off, the array will turn off. So we can see that visually from the sensors throughout, that one goes off, the array goes off. So it's just the fastest going on and off. You may be able to simplify this with the new redstone with the repeaters, but this isn't exactly a huge thing to put underground somewhere, and I think I want to put this in my arena. I'll put the sensors around the snow probably, and what I've got to do now is do some testing with that, because I'm worried that if I put it in the water or something and have the glass come to the surface, I want to know if the snow on top of it, which you can do in creative, wherever the snow block, there we are. I'm going to do this to a couple of them and test it now, and what I want to do is make some sort of, if you know, a lighthouse. I want to have that sort of effect with lights whizzing around the outside of the arena when it's night time, and just going in rhythm rather than being some sort of lighthouse. But I'm going to test this now and I'll get back to you with the results. Or maybe I don't need to worry. Glass doesn't let snow go on top of it in any way. Weird. Okay, I don't need to worry about that then. That's fine to go straight into my arena then. That's very good. And I was waiting for a bit on the arena because of all these redstone changes they've been making to the pistons and things. I didn't know if this would work, because this just works on a little pulse for one of the changes in it. And I wanted to see what they're going to do there before I finish my arena. I don't want to have to dig it all up afterwards. But yeah, that works, so that'll be going in pretty soon. I've got the pixel art stuff to do first, which I'm very happy with its progress. I think I covered quite a few things there. I've got a few more things I want to look at, but not for this video. I want to keep it short and interesting. So, I hope you have learnt some things. This link for this, by the way, and the tutorial and everything will be in the description in case you haven't seen it. It's one of my inventions, and I can definitely claim it as mine. Now you might be able to make it more simple, but it does what it does. But there you go, that's the end of that. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Hopefully soon I'll get another LP out. I will be live streaming on the weekend. This may be out before that. This might be out on the Friday, and then I have the live stream on Saturday. So if you want to come join me, then that's great, on Twitch TV. I don't get paid for doing that. It's just a bit of fun. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you later. Okay, so in actual fact, you can't even place snow on top of this, and there's some things where you can, and on this one it doesn't matter about light level, but on this one you can't at all. So I'm assuming that snow won't settle on glass, which makes my idea of having it in the sea and things a completely logical thing, and it should work. So expect they're going to my arena sometime, and we'll do some sort of lighthouse effect with the lights going around when it's night time only. Quite a cool thing to have. And let's rewatch the footage and decided to show you the recipe for the new anvil, and the other way around. It's what I thought would be happening. It's a bit cheaper, and now you can fix it with the stuff it's made out of, so you can fix diamond swords with diamonds and things like that. So it's what you really expected at the beginning, which makes it really cheap compared to what it was. It also means that I need to look at how much it costs to do my efficiency 5 repairs on my LP. Because to get efficiency 5, it was quite expensive. You had to use two pretty good pickaxes to get it to work. So you lost a lot of use out of that. You just get a slightly faster one. So I probably will play with that on my next LP episode, see how much it costs when that one's more worn out. But that's about it for this one. Nice and short, hopefully. Hope you learnt some things. You've got a bit of a view into what things I might be doing soon in the LP. Is there anything you particularly want me to do first? I would like to know. I do have quite a lot of projects going on, and I have to try and prioritise them somehow. And one last thing, I am doing a live stream this weekend. It should be on the Saturday, the 20th, I think. And trying to do more of the CTM map I was doing of Vexes. And that was going really well last time, so there will be a live stream announcement out for that before it and during it. And as long as that video is up, the live stream will be on. The last live stream was over 10.5 hours, which you probably see on the LP a couple of days ago. But there you go. That's it for this test world. I hope you have enjoyed and learnt some things. I'll be King Happy, and I'll see you next time.